Hello and welcome. This isn't a playthrough video. A little disclaimer at the beginning. This is a video to help to show you the ways of identifying the Dark Lady in the game, the solo game Black Sonata by Inside Room Games and John Keane, I guess. So this is a great game. I would highly recommend it. It's kind of what they call it's kind of hidden movement. They call it a solitaire hidden movement and deduction game. And so through the game you have to kind of locate this character through all these different cards. But then there's the second half of the game is then deducting who the actual Dark Lady is in this William Shakespeare's Dark Lady, who gets mentioned a couple of times in quite a few of his sonnets. Even if you don't like William Shakespeare or you don't like kind of Elizabethan times, it is a really fun game in terms of the mechanics of it and that sort of thing. But I've had a few people say the puzzle bit at the end, so they can do the bit where they can find and kind of track down the hidden character, but then to try and deduce who they are can be quite tricky. So I'm just going to run through that kind of deduction side of the game. So in the game you have a set of 12 Dark Ladies, and these are historical people who were around at the time of William Shakespeare, and some historians believe these could be the Dark Lady that he mentions in his sonnets. Okay, and each of these women have 3 attributes, and these attributes relate to something. So this means that this Marie Mountjoy was maybe a writer and a lover or something like that. This one, Penelope Rich, has children. This ring means she's married and possibly royalty or something like that. I can't remember what all the key to all of the symbols are, but as you go through the game you have to, one of these gets hidden at the beginning of the game and you have to work out what 3 symbols are on their card. And as you go through, as you can see, each lady has got a suit. So this I think this is sage and a thistle and a rose and bluebells and acorn. And this is kind of an oak leaf as well, so you've kind of got an acorn and an oak. But anyway, so you've got each lady has got their own suit, and there are two ladies within each suit, as it were. Okay, so at the beginning of the game you shuffle up the cards and you pick out a card and put it face down, and this is your Dark Lady who you are trying to identify. You're trying to find the 3 symbols on this card. Okay, and then when you set up, in the setup, so the Dark Lady, I've got chosen this thistle one here. So then you take the other thistle card, matching card, out of the deck, and you put it, and in the game you place it under a bunch of location cards, and once you've picked up all of those location cards you can then get that card into your clues. Okay, so we're kind of just simulating the clues side of it. We're not simulating the actual moving around the board game. There are some great videos out there, playthrough videos. Liz Davison and Purple Moose Plays have done some brilliant videos on kind of the whole playthrough. But I'm just doing this deduction bit. Okay, so as we go through the game, we uncover a clue. Now, so what this means here is that Amelia Lanier has these 3 attributes. Those are hers. Okay, but we match up her symbol with our Dark Lady, and actually 2 of her symbols, exactly 2 of her symbols, she shares with the Dark Lady. So the musical note, the ring, and the rattle. So 2 of these are the same as the Dark Ladies, and one of them is not on the Dark Ladies. card. Okay, so let's put that down here for the minute. So you play the game a little bit more and you get another clue card. You will not work out who the Dark Lady is on your first clue. You will not work out who the Dark Lady is without seeing this card under here. Okay, so there's some patience here, and you do have to kind of work your way and collect and gather quite a few cards. Okay, so we go through the game and we get another card. So we get Penelope Rich this time. And so this one, Penelope Rich, has got the rattle, the ring and the crown, but only one of these is on the Dark Lady's card. Okay, so, and because Amelia had 2, it can't be both the rattle and the ring, because only one of those, only one of those could be, but it could also be the crown, because it could be like the ring. No, because it couldn't be the ring and the note and still be the crown here. So I think this pretty much says it's not the crown, because if it was the crown here, it means it can't be the ring or the rattle, and if it can't be the ring or the rattle here, then we haven't got 2 symbols. So it's almost certainly, but maybe not quite, because we've only got 2 clues so far. So it's probably not the crown. But it still could be the rattle, the ring, or the musical note. Okay, because it could be the ring and the note, and that would still work out here being the ring. It's being the only one. Okay, and the rattle, isn't it? Or it could be the rattle and the note, and still be the rattle on here. Okay, so we've maybe ruled out 1 so far. Okay, but we've still got 6 in play. And as the game progresses again, you may get another clue. Okay, you're working to get these clues all the time. And so here, only one of these is right. So again, does that mean, again, if it is the ring, then that means it definitely can't be the rattle here. Or if it's the inkwell here, again, it definitely then wouldn't be able to be the rattle or the ring. And we know it has to be the rattle or the ring. Definitely has to be, because this has exactly 2. Okay, so again, I think we can probably rule out the inkwell. Okay, but we still have the rattle, the ring and the musical note in play from here, and also this heart and this chain link. Okay, they're still also in play. So we go through the game a little bit more and get this card. Now this is interesting, because this one says it's either 2 of these are on the Dark Lady's card, or none of them. Okay, so either 2 of these or none. And that does work out, although, so we're kind of already saying that the crown is gone. So it could be the chain and the rattle, and that does work out with our other ones. So rattle, rattle. So it theoretically could be the chain, the rattle, and the musical note. That would work out. Because if we rule out the ring and the inkwell on this one, and just say the rattle's right, rattle there, rule out that, and then on here we rule out, okay, and we've already ruled out, so then we would be there. But or it could be none of them, and if it's none of them, then that means we rule out the rattle, and we're left like that. Okay, so as you can see, we still don't have all the answers. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that at the minute, because this really doesn't help us that much. Okay, when we uncover this card, it will probably help us. But say the game goes on again and we get another clue. And again, this is a 0 or 2. So I'm looking at this. So again, that does work out, because we've kind of ruled out the crown already. Not for definite, but at the moment in our workings. So it could be 2, so we haven't ruled out the ring or the heart. So it could be this one. So if we're saying it's the ring and the heart, then that means this one hasn't got a ring or a heart on, so this one would probably be 0 rather than 2, because you can't have 4 symbols. So they would say that was 0, and we're saying that this one's a ring and the heart. Yeah, ring works there, and ring works for that one, which means it'd be ring and note here. Ring and note on that one. We'd rule out the rattle. We ruled out the chain. But again, we don't know for sure. Okay? Because these two cards that say 0 or 2 really don't help us so much. Okay, until, so we need another. These absolute ones kind of help us. These ones that say 0 or 2 don't really help us. Let's do one more, and then we'll go for the card under the location card, as it were. So we're going one more, and here we've got 0 or 2 again. So it's either, we've already ruled out the inkwell, but again, the chain and the rattle do fit with our narrative. Okay, but they fit more with the narrative of this Mary Fitton, because if we're ruling out the inkwell and we ruled out the crown, the chain and the rattle both fit here. Okay, so we're saying chain and rattle here, which means we're saying this one, we're going for the none of these. So then we would turn over those, and then with that fit through here, only one of these is the rattle, only one of these is the rattle, and here we've got the rattle and the note. Okay, so you see how it can, depending on which narrative we want, whether we're saying she's right, she's got 2 and these 2 have got none, or whether we say these 2 have got 2 and she's got none. Okay, so that's where this last card comes in. So as we go through the game, you do need to uncover this card and get this clue, and you might get it around having 5 or 6 or 7 other clues before you get to this one. Is around about this time. So we then look at this clue. Okay, and so there's 1, only one of these. And so this helps us with this one here. Okay, so this one says 2 of these, so the note, the ring, or the rattle. And this has got the note and the rattle, but only one of those can be correct. This one says the rattle and the ring, but only one of those is correct. And this one says the rattle and the ring, and only one of those is correct as well. And this one says the rattle and the note, but only one of those is correct. So therefore, I would say that the rattle is wrong. And that this card is the ring and the note are the correct ones. And here, so the ring is the correct and the ring is correct. So let's just say that for now as our hypothesis. So then from these ones, we've already ruled out the inkwell on this one, and now we've ruled out the rattle. So this one is likely to be none. So if we just say this one is none of them, and we turn that over. And then this one is 2 or nothing. So here we've got the crown we've already kind of ruled out, the chain we've already ruled out, and the rattle we've already ruled out. So this one we're kind of saying nothing as well. And then on this one, we're saying it's 0 or 2. So this one, the ring and the heart are both there. And we're saying we've already ruled out. So this one we're saying is a 2er. 2 clues on that. And these two we're saying there are 0 clues on. Okay. Now you may... So at the minute it looks like with that key card, that Anne Hathaway card, who was the same suit as the black lady, the dark lady, this is the situation we're at. We're saying heart, ring and note. Okay, so even before I go for this card, I could say that. So let's try and get another clue. Say we're working in the game, we try and get another clue. Let's see what it does. And it says only one of these is correct. And that works out, yeah. We've got a heart here. And we've ruled out those 2. Okay. So we could, unlikely I think to get quite this many, but again, only one of these is correct. The heart, the chain. Okay. So let's have a look. We could go through the all of these. So this is saying either 2 or nothing is right. And so we got a heart and a ring. So 2 are correct. So it is 2 rather than nothing. So this card, our Dark Lady, should have a heart, a ring and a note in any order. The order doesn't matter. So here she is. This is our Dark Lady. Here. And she's got a heart, the ring and the note. Okay, so we were able to deduce it, but as you can see, you do have to get quite a few cards out, and the key card is that card under the location stack. Okay, without that card you will not be able to work it out. That is the kind of the key card, the kind of the cornerstone card. So sorry that's a bit long, but hopefully that helps, and thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. This was the kind of the Black Sonata deduction.